Welcome to Promethea Yoga. Today I'm going to guide you through 7 exercises you can do every day to improve your health. This practice was given to me by my teacher in India, where I received my training. He comes from a lineage of yogis in this town, this Himalayan town called Vashist, which is the namesake of one of the 7 disciples that Shiva originally taught yoga to, so the myth goes. So he received this teaching from his teacher, who told him that if you do these practices every day, then you will never be sick again. At the time that I received the teaching, he had been practicing every day for 3 years and had never been sick. I have been doing this practice every day for about 1 year so far, and I have gotten sick once, but I have not been exactly diligent every single day, but almost every day. And I imagine that the longer you do this, the more effective it becomes. So I hope it serves you. I'll be guiding you through each practice and then leaving silence. I'll practice along with you for the length of time that I normally do this practice, but I'll turn the sound off for that so that way you won't be distracted by my breathing and you can be in tune with your own rhythms. And there's also timestamps below if you would like to just learn one of these different pranayama exercises. So find yourself in a comfortable meditative seat. I enjoy sitting on a little cushion that I fold up, just a little pillow folded in half, but whatever kind of seat will be comfortable for you, where you can have a nice upright spine, freestanding ideally, without leaning onto something behind you, although if you need to, that's also fine. And just start to center yourself. Tune into your breathing, shifting into this more internally oriented state. The first 3 pranayama exercises are more active and heat building, and then the second 3 are a little bit more cooling, and we end with meditation. Starting with Bhastrika. For this pranayama exercise, there is a forceful inhale and forceful exhale through the nose. And you can do this as fast as is comfortable for you. Sounds like this. Quick and sharp inhale and exhale. I normally count 60 rounds of this, in and out being 1 round. You can do this for up to 5 minutes. Of course, if you have any heart conditions or are prone towards fainting, consult with your doctor before practicing any of these things. But let's begin. Really thinking about snapping the belly inward as you exhale and forcefully inhaling as well through the nose. You might take a couple of moments to recenter before we begin the next practice. Kapalbhati. This is similar, but only doing a forceful exhale as fast as you can, as fast as is comfortable for you. and just allowing the inhale to happen naturally, not thinking about the inhale at all, just thinking about really forcefully pulling the belly into exhale, just thinking exhale, 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 and just letting the inhale happen naturally, focusing on the squeeze of the belly as you exhale. You can gently start to increase the rate as you find comfort here. I normally count 120 rounds of this one. Happens faster. You can do this for a couple minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes again. If you want to pause, feel free, or follow along with me. Once again, taking a moment to observe the breath return to its natural rhythm, feeling and observing the effect the pranayama practice has had on the nervous system, on the body, on the mind. Next is Bahya Pranayama, or you can also do Agnisar Kriya. I'll explain both. They are quite similar. So for this one, with the hands rested on the knees, you'll take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, you'll fold forward and exhale as forcefully as you can. And then start to straighten the arms and suck the belly up in towards the spine while you're still in an exhale. So just holding the breath, sucking the belly in. And I'll sort of demonstrate this for you so you can see. You'll really, rather than letting the belly be sort of out like this, you'll suck the belly in at the bottom as we're exhaling forcefully. And you can either just hold your belly like this through the exhale, or you can do quick little pulses. This is Agnisar, where you do little undulations of the belly. And then you'll just hold that for as long as you can, and then inhale, come back to the center again. So I'll demonstrate a whole round now. Inhaling through the nose. Forceful exhale, folding. Straighten the elbows, hold the breath. Pull the belly in. Hold for as long as you can. Either adding little undulations, flexing the belly, or not. And then when you're done, you inhale. Back up through center. And then we just do this again and again and again. So I do 7 rounds of this practice. You might do this for more or less, probably not more than 5 minutes again. And I will go along at the pace that I go, but feel free to pause and take longer or shorter. Here we go. As you're ready, return to your natural breathing rhythm, observing the effects of the practice. Next is Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. For this one, take the first two fingers, place them between the eyebrows, thumb on one nostril, on the right nostril. If you have your right hand up, ring finger on the left nostril, just lightly. We start closing the right nostril and inhale through the left nostril. Count to maybe 3. Then close the left, open the right nostril, exhale through the right. Again, inhale through the right this time, keeping the left nostril closed. Then close the right, open the left, exhale. And continue like this. Inhale through the left. Close the left, open the right, exhale. And the thing about this practice is that you want to keep the inhale and exhale the same length on both sides and let the breath be nice and quiet, not forcing the breath, soft breathing without sound as much as possible. Continue like this. I normally go for as long as it takes before my hand starts to feel like it's falling asleep. You could also just switch hands at this point. A couple of minutes is good. You can do this one for really as long as you want. Nice equalizing the solar and lunar sides of the body. Continue for as long as you would like if you want to pause or stay with me. And always end with an exhale through the right nostril. Then you can relax the hands down. Enjoy the freedom of breathing through both nostrils. Next is Bhramari breathing. For this one, take the thumbs, plug the ears, take the first two fingers to cover the eyes, ring finger on the nostrils, pinky fingers on the lips. And for this one, we will inhale through the nose. And then on the exhale, make a humming sound for as long as you can. Not actually plugging the nose, letting yourself be able to breathe through the nose. And I normally do 7 rounds for this, but feel free to go for as long as you might like. On your own rhythm, inhaling through the nose, exhaling to hum. As you're ready, relax the hands down. Observe the natural rhythm of the breath. The next pranayama exercise is called Udgeeth, which is chanting Om, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling long Om chanting. I like to hold Vam Mudra here with my hands stacked on top of each other, thumbs touching. I also do this one 7 times. You're welcome to do this for as long as you would like. I visualize and connect with each of the 7 chakras as I go through, starting with the root center, Muladhara, then Sadhisvana, the sort of reproductive organ area, the solar plexus, the heart, the mouth, the third eye center, and the crown chakra above my head. So you're welcome to also connect with this visualization if you would like, or simply chant Oms for as long as you would like, or follow along with me. You're also welcome to take any mudras at any time as we have the hands on the knees if you're familiar with different mudra practices and like to work with them. As you're ready, inhaling through the nose. And exhaling, oming with an open mouth. And it's really not about the act of singing or the quality of your tone or the way that you sound to other people. This is really a meditation on the vibrations that the sound waves are making inside of you. Same goes for Bhramari practice. Really just meditating with the experience of creating and hearing sound for as long as you would like. As you're ready, return to your natural breathing rhythm. And we close with meditation. Throughout these practices, you might take a soft space between the eyebrows, relaxing the muscles of the forehead and behind the eyes, staying nice and open. I meditate for 15 minutes at the end of this practice. You might just meditate for 5 or even less than that, or even more than 15. Whatever your meditation practice is, that is how we will close here. You are welcome to stay along with me or pause for your own timing. And I will offer a closing at the end of this, but of course it's your practice. I'll set a timer here for 15 minutes. For meditation practice, there are many different ways to meditate. You could focus on the breathing and just stay connected with the inhale, the top of the breath, the transition to the exhale, and the bottom of the breath, the transition back to the inhale. Long, slow, smooth, continuous breathing like this, really noticing the changing volume of the lungs. The shape of the breath, the ribs expanding and contracting, the sensation of breath at the tip of the nostrils. The warmth of the exhale and the coolness of the inhale. You could also count your breaths. It can be a nice practice to maybe count to 100 breaths or whatever number suits you. You could also work with different mantras or affirmations, repeating internally the same phrase over and over again. And you could also hold a visualization, maybe a source of light above the crown of the head. You could imagine light moving through each of the 7 chakras. The crown of the head, a radiant ball of light. Light in the center of the forehead, brilliant. Light in the throat center. Light in the heart center. Light in the solar plexus above the belly button, just below or between the ribs. Light between the hip bones and the pelvis. And light at the root center where you connect with the ground. Or you could visualize a symbol. For instance, the symbol of Om, or any other symbol you're working with, maybe an astrological symbol, if there's a planetary energy that you're working to integrate. Or you could just let your thoughts be relaxed. Just observing the thoughts, allowing your mind to wander, taking note, taking stock of what comes up, working to not be caught up in the thoughts, but rather in this observer consciousness, noticing the thoughts, observing the thoughts without judgment, simply noticing. And if you find your mind wandering away from your anchor, if you are choosing to focus on something like the breath or a visualization or a mantra, just allow yourself to compassionately return to your focus. You can always come back. That has been 15 minutes now. You might like to take your hands together in front of your heart center and take a deep inhale. And exhale, bow your head to the wisdom of your heart. And as you're ready, gently blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Alina. Again, I am a Yoga Nidra guide, a yoga asana teacher, an astrologer. I have lots of free practices on my channel. If you would like to subscribe, like, share these videos, that really helps me. Definitely, I recommend trying some Yoga Nidra practices if you enjoy a meditative practice. It's a progressive relaxation technique for nervous system regulation. I also have yoga asana practices full length on my website if you want a more longer type of practice. And I am also a flexibility coach, so if you ever were looking for private one-on-one attention to work towards certain poses, mobility goals, or for nervous system regulation and relaxation, I am available to help. So don't hesitate to reach out if there's something you think I might be able to help you with. Wishing you peace and health.